What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Summer Career Mode. It is episode number 20, returned today on the back of our late loss to Liverpool at Anfield. 2 wins in our first 11 games, not a great start for the Royals, and the league's lowest scorers as well. We are still above the drop zone by 3 points, but it's been a winless run for the Royals recently. Need to start getting some more victories on the board. Not sure we'll get one in our first game. There's loads to get through today. Going to try and get through to the halfway stage of the season, 19 games in, and enter the January. If we're going to do that, got to crack on. Our first game though is Arsenal at home, heading into this one against the unbeaten league leaders. Yeah, winless run, and I can't see that changing here, but you never know. Come on, you Warriors. No wins in our last 5 in all competitions. As Declan Rice wins that back there. It has been a tough mini run, but I've got to remind ourselves, like, granted, 2 wins in 11, that's not great. Only 5 goals scored all season long, lowest scoring team in the league, that's not great. But bigger picture, we're above the bottom 3 and in mid-table. I mean, it's not always as bad as you think. It's not always as bad as it seems. But right now, this winless run is going to get extended. Gabriel Jesus fires in the opener, and the ex-Man City forward gives the visitors the lead. Top, undefeated, and looking to extend their winning starts this season here. Heading into the game, I put in Savage. I often do this, like when I feel like I'm going to really come up against it, I'll put in an extra defensive piece for an offensive piece and just think, yep, that'll do. You know that Willem Dafoe meme in Spider-Man when he goes, you know, I'm something of a scientist myself. That's how I feel when I like make a change like that. I'm like, you know, I'm something of a tactician myself. Not really, eh? As Jesus fires through Goncalves, and he's brought down, and that might be a straight red as well. Bindon protesting, and it is indeed. Captain sent off, and it's safe to say, as a tactician, I've not got it spot on this afternoon. It's a soft fall. He just feels a nudge on the back and hits the deck like a ton of bricks, but it's the right call, and I've got no complaints about it. Down to 10, Arsenal looking to go 2-0 up. It's Odegaard, it's into the wall, and out comes Bennett to claim. But for the rest of the game, man down, we're certainly playing damage limitation now. Yes, tactics aren't exactly my strongest area of management. Anyone that's watched my Football Manager saves over the years will know that's the understatement of the year. Oh dear. And yeah, I'm more of a man manager than a tactician, as Odegaard is denied by Panzo, and Tapia gets it away. Man management, recruitment, I think I know what I'm doing. But tactically, no. I mentioned before, the best way I can describe it is like, you know in FM, when you're setting up your tactical shape and you look at the team instruction section and you've got all the different areas to look at. I liken that to like when you look at a cockpit in a plane and you think, my goodness, how does the pilot know what to do with all those hundreds of buttons? That's like me when looking at, you know, tactics, if you will. Oh dear, Arsenal turned it up though right before the hour mark, and that's going to do it. They're top for a reason, they're unbeaten for a reason, and they're staying that way today. Well, as soon as the skipper was sent off, we knew this was going to go only one way. I guess in a way I'm kind of glad we just kept the scoreline somewhat respectable at 2-0, but it is now 6 wins in a row, 6 games without a win in a row for Reading. And whilst we remain outside the bottom 3 for now, it won't be for much longer if this winless run continues. Chelsea next as well, not getting any easier. With the captain out as well, this is going to be a very tough afternoon in West London. But yep, Chelsea, following game at Stamford Bridge, no wins in our last 6 in all competitions, and we'd do very well to get even just a point in this game. Again, the biggest concern for me is just 5 goals in 12. I said this would be a concern at the start of the season. Do we have the players to help us score enough goals to keep us up? Well, as things stand, we might be above the drop zone, but unless we can score, we won't win. If we don't win enough games, we won't survive. Chelsea away, following game. Come on, you Royals. Yeah, the lack of goals is more concerning than the lack of wins for me, because, you know, a point here and there can be invaluable when you're a struggling side. But if you can't score, then you've got 0 chance of winning. And it means if you concede, you won't even get that point. So, you know, we do need to start scoring some more. And Bukhari, just a 1 Premier League goal. I'll back him to get me a few more this season, but no doubt about it, I think I might have made the wrong call not going in for a new striker this year. But there he is, looking to answer the critics! Bukhari, 8 minutes in, puts Reading in front in West London, and Osman, with the opener, gives us the shock lead at Stamford Bridge. thing is though, he was player of the season last year in the Championship, so it would have been very harsh to drop him. Top 3 in scoring, won the assist title, best player in the division, and granted, big step up from the second tier to the top tier, but even so, ice cold par with the leveller, and Chelsea do equalise, 6 to go before the break. Well, I would have taken a point pre-game. We did have the lead. Now just got to make sure we don't throw away this 1 point. Does anyone know if they've added Palmer's celebration to FC 25? I'm sure they would have done. But, it's cold, quite literally. It's Harvey. Hold on. What a chance. Pegs it back. And Bakari denied by Sanchez. Golden chance to restore the lead and get his third of the season and his second this afternoon, only to be denied by Robert Sanchez. Still tied, but we could definitely win this. We could definitely go and win this here. Well, we possibly could have gone on to win this game if we were a little bit braver and claimed our first scalp of the save. But sometimes you just got to know when to put your foot on the ball and take the point and avoid losing the game by chasing a winner, like what happened at Anfield. I'll take it. It's our first year in the Premier League. We're away against one of the traditional top 6. I will take the point to stem the flow. It's not a bad result whatsoever now, I'll have it. I mean, we discussed this in the last episode. You know, when you're really going through it, if you can just get a positive of some kind, take it, you know, go after it. It doesn't need to be the great leap forward. Sometimes that baby step is all that's necessary to change your mood and change your outlook. So first of the month, here we go. We've got 3 more scouting updates heading into the month of December. Hang on, sorry, whoa. Just before we do that, Tyler's come to me and said, I have to tell you I'm not happy, boss. You know I've not been feeling 100% and needed the rest, but you kept picking me and then suddenly you left me out of the team for the big game. Bro, you were suspended. I couldn't play. What? What is that? Oh, come on here. You've got to, seriously, like, the player conversations, we know they need work, but he was suspended. I couldn't have played him no matter what. Come on, honestly. That's ridiculous. Dear, I know it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but come on, what could I have done? There was no chance for you to get played, mate. I'm going to give Helder Pinto a scholarship as the potential remains very good, even though the overall's not great. He's only 15, so of course a long way to go there. And from Scotland, we'll just continue the scouting on Ewan Sim for now. Obviously got an amazing goalkeeper, Bennett, our number 1 out of the academy. He may be the next one to come through the Reading youth setup. So 4 players in the academy now as Pinto gets added to it. And again, every player is 15. That's fantastic, as we know that none of these players will ask for pro deals during the season. It's such a bonus knowing you don't need to worry about their potential being lost at the end of the season when they ask for a pro deal. Right, jumping into the following game, and Tyler will be back for this one. Manchester United at home, another tough one in a really tough run. Again, only 2 wins in 13 and 6 goals on the board. That's got to change if we are to stay above the bottom 3. Still searching for that first scalp. It's coming, and it may come in this game as well. Eric Ten Hag's Red Devils in Berkshire. Come on, you Royals. I know it's kind of an obvious thing to say, but yeah, EA really need to work on the player conversations, and most crucially as well, because that counts towards a player's happiness regarding their playtime. They've got to work. Oh, they've got to work on that as well. You know, we've seen throughout the course of this year's career mode just how, you know, unforgiving players can be if you don't play them in practically every game if they've got a crucial first team squad role in their contract. And like I said before, if it's situation specific, I don't mind a player complaining. Sometimes, in a moment like that, what could I have done? I mean, honestly. And of course, it counts towards that player's happiness regarding their play time too. As Bukhari flicks it on for himself and takes it on! 2-2, 3 for the season, and Osman fires Reading in front. I have to say, this has been an absolutely awful game, but we've defended really well for the entirety of the contest, and with the final chance falling here, I'll be gutted if we don't see this out. In it goes, and it's on, I don't believe it. Headed in by Eder Militao. Our winless run continues. And the wait for our first scalp goes on. Just like against Liverpool, losing it right at the end. Unbelievable. I mean, we draw this one, but it feels like a loss. And the wait for our first scalp will be extended Unbelievable. All game long, defended brilliantly, but just couldn't close it out. And following the game, this is not what we were hoping to see. But I don't mind it, to be fair. Lenny comes to me and says, boss, got to be honest with you, if you know we're getting games starting to damage my career, I want to get away and make a fresh start somewhere else. He came in on a free last season, had an amazing start in the Championship, and then really cooled off in the second half of the season. But, you know, obviously heading into the new season, since we made the signing of a Spria, we're so big on this Colombian. Labata was going to have to settle for a bench role, especially with Michael Johnston coming in on a free as well. So I'm not too disappointed about that. And this is the thing, I said this before, like if it's situation specific, I really don't mind. For Lenny, it makes sense for him to be complaining. You know, where is he? Where is he? There he is. You know, he's got the crucial squad role, but most of those 13 games in the league have been from the bench. You might think, well, 13 games played out of 15, that's practically all of them, but most of them, again, have been coming off the bench in later game situations. So I really don't mind that. And that's what I mean, man. Like, seriously, I'll give EA props when they deserve it and criticise them when they deserve criticising too. When it's fair, I ain't got a complaint to make. I can complain about the Binden conversation, not this one. I'm fine with that. And Lenny is going to leave us in January. He's done alright since coming on the free, but his time here will be cut short after 18 months. Right, following game, Crystal Palace away, massive game too, as Glasnow's side have just overtaken us in the lead, 2 points clear. And again, after a really barren run of none in our last 7 in terms of wins, we got to pick one up here. Crystal Palace away. Come on, you Royals. I can't believe we drew that. I was like, how do we not see that out? I really like looking at advanced analytics, and I think it's brilliant in this information age. We have so much data available to us to check out, which really helps with understanding athletic performance. And granted, whilst some stats can be cherry-picked, and if I'm being honest, a little bit useless, you know. Oh, Femi! Oh, off the post! One stat I would love to see get recorded is how many points or how many goals conceded have come in the final 10 minutes, I should say, and then equate that to how many points have been dropped. We've already dropped 4 points this season. 1 against Liverpool, 1 against Wolves on the opening day, and then 2 there against Manchester United. And all of those 4 points have been dropped in the final 10 minutes of games. And that is something I would love to see get recorded, man. You know, how many goals were conceded in the final 10 of contests. Young teams, we said before, they do have a tendency to slip up a little bit in the late game situations and struggle to handle the pressure as Harvey Nibs is denied by Henderson. Sometimes it's just a simple case of switching off when you can't afford to. And you certainly can't in top level football, as we're finding out the hard way. Panzo. Johnston, easy save. Yeah, I do feel like some stats are a bit useless, I'm not going to lie. And they just feel cherry-picked for the sake of it. I see it a lot in the NBA, you guys know I'm a massive basketball fan, and sometimes on our NBA you'll see like a stat get posted as, oh, Bennett couldn't save it. It's like, you know, X player joins this list of players that recorded 36 points, 12 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block in 3 quarters worth of play, and it's like, who's recording that stat line? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's just a bit too, oh, boy, what are you doing there? No, you know, not really necessary. But yeah, goals conceded in the final 10. I'd love to keep my eye on that, because we at the moment are really struggling at closing games out. And on the back of that finish there by Munoz, as things stand, we're set for another game without a win. Reading really going through it right now. I do see the irony of, well, as me really liking stats and, you know, facts and figures, if you will, when you know my maths is just so terrible. I see the irony. But yeah, in another lifetime, if my maths was somewhat better than it is right now, which is abysmal, I would have loved to have become like a data analyst kind of person. But anyway, 2-0 down before the break, and our winless run is going to get extended. Reading right now are in free fall. Well, don't get me wrong, we knew it was going to be a tough first season back in the top flight after such a long absence, especially factoring the small budget we began with as well. But it's safe to say at the moment, we are just not cutting the mustard. The winless run continues, failing to get a goal at Selhurst Park as well, and Reading's free fall continues. We'll be in the bottom 3 not before long, unless we can pull ourselves out of this hole. And following the game, we have got a bid for Lenny. Everton want to take him for $6 million. I still think we should be able to get more than that, even though he has requested a transfer. I mean, you know, come on, we hold all the cards here. He's still got several years left in his deal. So, Sean, if you can give me around £7.5 to £8 million, I think that would be fair for a want-away player. We'll go with, yeah, it's 2.5 and over the valuation. 7.5 mil, Mr. Dyche? No, 7.1, but the tension bar's barely filled up. So, as I mentioned before, if you're a new career mode player, when you're doing transfer negotiations, keep your eye on that tension bar in the top right. If it barely fills up, you've got plenty of time to work with, and 9 times out of 10 you can stick to your guns and get the deal that you want. What you do on this occasion, he's off to Goodison for 7.5 mil. Right, following game, if there was ever a time to bust out of the winless run, it is right now. It's a relegation 6-pointer as Burnley come to Berkshire, last year's Championship playoff winners, as the Clarets arrive at the Medeski Stadium. Heading into this one, we are 5 points clear of the Blades in 18th place, but it won't be long before we're caught up unless we can return to winning ways. We won't get many more easier fixtures than this one in the entire season. Burnley in Berkshire. Come on, you Royals. Go on, Charlie, win that. Yeah, win in. And, you know, sometimes you've just got to put in those extra ounces of effort when you're really going through it, especially in a game like this. Can't afford to be half-hearted in a contest like this one. There's a Spria. Gets his second of the season, and his first was invaluable because before he scored it, we hadn't got a goal in the league, and this might be even more important as he gets the goal that might see us end the winless run. Burnley coming to Berkshire, and what an opportunity this was, man. Seriously, terrible run. We aren't going to get many more easier games than this. Taking on statistically one of the weakest sides in the league at home. Chance to end the winless run. And we might well be doing so courtesy of the Colombian. Reading in front. Yeah, that Spria goal came against Brighton beforehand. We hadn't scored once as, oh, Bennett makes a really important save. And that was the start, if you remember, of what was our best stretch of the season. Will that goal here be just as important as that one then? Excellent save by Bennett. And from the corner, Sander heads just over. Sander looking to play it in, flicked on, and oh, nervous. Bindon didn't need to get that behind for a corner there. He had time, but the nerves are starting to show, man. 17 to go. Can we cling on? We've already surrendered several points this season in late game situations. Can't it happen again? On the bear. Trying to get around Harvey. On a booking, got to be careful. Monchu. Durasanimi. Dispossessed by Bindon and cleared well in, skipper. We've dropped several points this season in the latter stages of games, but I wasn't prepared to let it happen once again. A long time coming for a clean sheet, a long time coming for a win, but Reading get both in the same game. A massive return to winning ways and a huge 3 points against Burnley. That win could not be understated. Let's kick on from that, man. We got the win, now let's build on it. And as we see, Lobato has agreed to join Everton in January. Totally fine with that. We'll take a bit of money and aim to reinvest in the squad when the transfer window opens. Following game, Newcastle away, and it will be tough to build on this one here away at St James's Park in the North East. We've now got 8 points clear of Sheffield United and a golden chance to take a double-digit lead on the bottom three if we can pull off a big scalp here. Newcastle away, our following game. So we often talk about how life is often about perspective, you know. Glass half full or glass half empty. When I was younger, I used to be a glass completely empty kind of person. I mean, I never saw the positive in anything, man. I don't know whether that was me being born a bit of a perfectionist, but yeah, I was always looking at the negative side of things. But to be fair, it has been a really barren run for us again. Only one win in, I think, 9 games, I think, now. We haven't actually lost that many games either, to be fair. So, granted, it's not been great. It's not been disastrous. Picked up the occasional point here and there in quite a few draws. It's not terrible. And it's why right now, those points on the board here and there, away at the Bridge and at home to Manchester United, they've kept us outside the bottom three ever since we escaped it at the start of the season. Glass half full. As Tapia finds Reggie. And now Femi. Bond's delivery's a good one. Free header! Free header for Yasser. It's his third of the season, and Reading take the lead right before the break. Easy, Zach with the leveller. And Newcastle equalise right before the break. The big Swede with the big goal. 1-1. Just got to make sure we don't lose this here. It's the draw here and there that's kept us above the bottom three. If we've got to take a point, take a point. We're almost there. We'll take it. 10 to go. Just got everyone behind the ball right now and trying to see out the point because, you know, again, I'll say it's the point here and there that we've recorded this season on numerous occasions that have kept us above the bottom three. Against Brighton away, against Chelsea at home to Manchester United. Those draws, yes, well in Charlie. Hold on. Those draws have been really helpful. But what's been even more helpful are the games we've won. Dennis. Oh, it's dropped it. Okay, it's fine. Reggie Bond for the win. An assist in the first half and a winner with a minute to play. The name's Bond, Reggie Bond. Reading have won it right to the death of St James's. Oh my goodness gracious me. Come on, don't throw us away. Last chance. Oh, Bond has been brilliant all game long today. His best performance in the Premier League. An assist, a goal. He kept Anthony Gordon quiet for the most part. But it's his late winner that ensures Reading claim a priceless win and back-to-back as well. I said earlier, the kids sometimes can lose their concentration late on, hence why we've conceded a lot of late goals. Well, today I'm saying the kids are alright. Massive 3 points in the North East, and Reading say it again, the name's Bond, Reggie Bond, what a win! Reading boys are staying up. Oh, well, let's just calm it down, yeah? 2 games to go to the halfway point, but after the Blades were beaten, that does mean now we've got an 11-point gap. But again, we've got to keep it calm, man. We're still the league's lowest scorers, only 4 wins in 17, and we're not even at Christmas yet, let alone the halfway point. Although that was the Christmas present I wanted, back-to-back wins and staying away from the bottom 3. Right, we'll do 2 more then, because that will see us get to the official halfway stage, and 2 golden chances to make it 4 wins on the trot as well. Starting with this one, it is Fulham at home. Oh, who we got in the FA Cup third round, by the way? Before we dive into that, who we got in the FA Cup third round? It's going to be... Oh, well, I can't see us getting through that. Chelsea at home. But sod the cup, man. We just want to stay away from the bottom 3 in the league. Following game, Fulham at home, as we'll try and get our 3rd win on the trot and pull further clear of that bottom 3. But focus on the task and Doxy boy, long way to go. Come on, you Royals. To me, there's something about late winners away that are just the most euphoric experience as a football fan. And don't get me wrong, you know, beating your rivals is always a fantastic feeling, you know. Winning big, you know, 5-6-0 is great, as well as Bennett makes a brilliant save on Moses Simon. But that late winner away from home, not at home, but away from home. And I'm lucky enough supporting Millwall to have experienced that on a few occasions. It's just the most euphoric feeling ever, man. It really is. As what a say that was by Bennett, and it's kicked long for Harvey to run onto and chase. It's cleared, and it's still 0-0 for now. But back-to-back wins, got to keep it going. And don't ask me about what it's like to win a major honour, because I've never experienced that. And I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to in my whole life. Watch Millwall win like an FA Cup. Came close. 2004. Reached the final as Harvey Nibs's shot is blocked and it's cleared away. Yeah, came close. Well, I say close. We got beat 3-0 in Cardiff against Manchester United. Not exactly close of a final, but hey, well, at least we got there. But yeah, I've never seen us win a major on us, so I can't compare that experience, unfortunately. Anyway, 2-0 here, 43 minutes in. As things stand, our winning run will be cut after 2 as Bennett comes out and it's off the post and cleared by CJ Egan-Riley. Might just have to scrape a point in this game because I've really struggled early doors here. Reggie starting left back in this game to Espria, and Harvey plays a brilliant ball. Reggie! Femi! Oh, it's a bullet! Absolute bullet! Bond to Femi! And Reading lead against a run of play! Last chance for Fulham, don't throw this away. Reggie jockeying, hands behind the back. and makes the tackle and gets his foot on the ball as well. Talk about turning up when your team needed you the most. So much pressure on a teenager, but he's delivered. 2 assists in his last 2 games and a goal as he's directly contributed to our last 3 games. And Reading win 3 on the bounce. Proof right there that the storm will clear. It was a barren run of no wins in I think 10 games, close to that at least. Now, yep, the rain has stopped, the storm has cleared, and Reading are on a roll. What a great way to end this first half of the season. Let's do one more and we'll leave it there. Yep, say it with me. This too shall pass. It always does at some point, man. The storm will eventually clear, and it certainly has for Reading. 3 straight wins in a row as we look to end the first half of the season with 4 on the bounce as well. Following game and our final one today as we approach the halfway stage. Sheffield United away at Bramall Lane. Come on, you Royals. The storm will eventually clear. You just got to believe that, man. And it certainly has for Reading now as Reggie hits it long for Femi to run onto. Royals on a run. Oh, Femi. Oh, what a delivery. Oh, Mukaru. Just didn't make clean connection with the acrobatic attempt, and the blades will clear. Well, the winning run might end here because not had a good game tonight, but it will be no defeats in 4. And to be fair, only 1 in 7 as well. Like we were saying earlier, perspective, man. Perspective, even in the poor run, we weren't losing constantly. We may not have been winning constantly either, but even so, it's been a poor game, but I think we just have to take the point and stop the Blades from gaining momentum. Yep, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Winning run might have been ended there after 3 on the trot, but it's a point. It stops the side in the bottom 3 gaining momentum. It's 3 clean sheets in 4 games. Bigger picture, man. Only 1 loss in 7. It's okay to have a draw in a game like this. I'll take it. And so, as we'll close out the episode and the halfway stage of the season being reached, we'll have a look at the individual charts and the league table as well. Right now, Gabriel Jesus leads the way in the race for the Golden Boot. Unsurprisingly, no Reading players in the top 25 after a really tough first half of the season in scoring. But Femi Aziz with 4 assists in 19 is in the top 10 for assists right now, as he's at least contributing to our goals directly, if not by scoring them. But as for the race for the Golden Glove, well, Bennett is leading the way, 8 in 19. And the reason we're at the bottom 3 right now, defensively, really solid. 3 clean sheets in our last 4 games proves that as well. And Jesus' goals are one of the main reasons why Arsenal are on top of the halfway stage. 1 clear of Liverpool and 3 clear of the Red Devils, who to be fair are still unbeaten in their first 19 games but are in 3rd right now. Spurs are up at the top 4 with Aston Villa in 5th, Chelsea 6th, Newcastle United 7th, and Man City having a really poor season by their standards in 8th place. We're in 12th place though, mid-table. Only 5 wins in 19 and yes, only 11 goals scored. That is concerning, but again, it's the defence that has seen us stay clear of the bottom 3, 12 clear to be exact, and Nottingham Forest, Burnley and Sheffield United who occupy those relegation spots. But that'll do it for today's episode of the Summer Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed. If you have, then please drop a like. So you'll have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one with more games in the league, aim to pull away from the bottom 3 even further. The FA Cup 3rd round against Chelsea, and with a Lobato deal going through, possibly some signings to come as the January transfer window opens. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.